Hi everyone, and welcome to another video of Terraform. My name is Tia from DevOps Easy Learning, and today we'll be going through Terraform interpolation, right? We'll kind of see, let's just take for instance, when you want to create something like an S3 bucket in AWS, we kind of know that your name has to be unique in all AWS account, right? That means you need to come up with the name, and you need to figure out a way that you can kind of generate some stuff that might be unique to your S3 bucket, right? Instead of just maybe guessing every single time, if you can get something that nobody have ever created in AWS, you can kind of use some combination that I'm going to show you here and kind of get a good S3 bucket name that you are sure 100% that nobody have ever used it, right? Let's jump in and see what we can do. If I can click here, this will go ahead and kind of open my GitHub repository where we'll have some example that we'll be using for this little video. And I'll go ahead and put the link of this GitHub repository in the description below. In case you want to go ahead and follow up exactly what I will be doing here, you are more than welcome to do so. Let me go ahead here and just click on the first example here so that we can see what might be in there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open this one in VS Code. I don't really like to check this thing in AWS, in GitHub. Let me go ahead and just copy this link here, and I've cloned the repository already, and I have it here in my local, and this is the root of this repository. I'll go ahead and kind of cd to this path, and right now ls fiata pwd here, basically oops, pwd. I kind of have the entire path, and fiata ls, this is basically what I have in GitHub, and I'll go ahead and kind of type code here to open VS Code where I am right now. And let us click here and kind of check the first example. As you can see here, we are trying to create and we kind of define a map here, a variable here, which is just we call this one, the tab is called any, and we kind of shoot some default in here, which means we have something like an ID, owner, team. This can be anything that you want, right? You define a variable, which is just, this can be any type of variable that you want, but you just need to make sure that when you want to reference that you are doing a good job based on what you put here. Now, I kind of have some data parameters here that I'm going to go ahead and kind of get the AWS underscore color underscore identity dot current here. We'll go ahead here and kind of grab the account ID, and this one here will go ahead and kind of get the region, right? And here we have the resource. I just want to create an AWS S3 bucket, and I can come up with a name. How am I going to do that? Let's say here, this is one example. It can be anything. I am saying here that var.tag. That means I want to go in this tag here, var.tag. What am I getting in tag? I want to get the environment, which means the development, var.tag. That means this one will be replaced by this development here. And I want to call this one like an S3 bucket, and I will say tester. And what are all the tags? I just say tag equal var.tag. That means it will go ahead and kind of get all the default tags here and drop it in here. Another one, the second bucket, I want to call that one maybe tester, and here I say var.tag, and I put environment. That means you want to grab, it will go ahead and grab a development, and I say have an S3 bucket. With this, right, you have a chance, you might have a chance here that you don't have a bucket that basically have this name, right? Because you kind of added something here called development, or you can change it. You can even add development, you can add a project name and so on, so that Or you can even add this thing called like maybe the ID. Let's say when you guys want to create a resource in AWS, you gotta have an ID per team that we know that this one here, maybe it is this team that own this bucket and so on. You can also add the ID to make this thing very complicated, right? And you might be sure almost 90 to 80% or even 100% that when you run Terraform will not complicate. Terraform will not complain that, hey, this bucket exists already in AWS. Let me go ahead here and kind of open this one in a new integrated terminal. That means I will CD to the first example, and I will go ahead and initialize Terraform, CD to example 1, and I will go ahead and initialize Terraform init, and it will go ahead and kind of download the module. After this, I'll go ahead and do Terraform plan, and we'll see exactly what the bucket name might be. Terraform plan. And if we scroll up a little bit and see what it's trying to create, right? We'll see here that, let me go up and grab that bucket name. Here, this is the tag, and this will be the bucket name, the tester development S3 bucket, like I mentioned. Another one, another bucket name here, it will be here, the development S3 tester, the development S3 hyphen bucket hyphen tester. And if you go ahead and apply this will go ahead and create all those buckets. And we hope that nobody in AWS have the bucket with those names, right? As you guys can see, it apply everything successfully. And if you go to AWS console and click here on on S3, we'll be able to see those here, right? And I was able to come up with the name that nobody have it. Let me go ahead and destroy this. And I will take another example. Terraform destroy. And I'll also say, yes, you can also go ahead and append half and auto approve so that you won't be typing yes every single time. Let me kind of move to another example here, which is this one. Here, we are still using Terraform interpolation, right? Let me first of all go ahead here and type Terraform init and Terraform plan, and we'll see exactly how this thing, we're going to name it. Let me cd into cd dot. First of all, go back one step, and we're going to example 2. And ls we are in, if you say Terraform init, after that we'll type the plan and apply. I will not even type and apply. I will just type Terraform plan, and we'll see how a bucket name might looks like. And I will go ahead and explain. Terraform plan. And if you scroll up a little bit, as you can see here, we have one bucket here with the US is one. And let me scroll up again. One should have my account ID. If I use one though, it looks like I don't have anything with my account ID. Let me scroll down again. The only thing that I'm using here is just the region, and that is fine. Now, let us see what is going on here in Terraform. We can say, okay, the bucket name that we want to create, I call this tester, and I say vi.environment. We know so far that this will go ahead and grab whatever environment name you put here. And we say have an S3, and we say .bucket, and we say data.aws.region.current. That means this is will go ahead and it will go ahead and kind of get the region, right, where we are going to create this thing. As you guys can see on one bucket here, if you look, we'll see here that the region here, it is US is 1, right? US is 1. You get the region, and it's going to append that to the bucket name. Here, same thing. This is another bucket that if you want to create this one, we say var the environment. You can kind of put this thing the way that you want, right? You can start maybe with the tester, or here you can put this one at the middle and you can put the region here. It is basically just be us what you want and what you want to achieve. That's really, really simple. The goal of this is just to make sure that, because when I'm using my region and I'm using all these S3 bucket and I'm coming up and I am just trying to come up with names that I kind of know that if when I will launch this thing, I will not go to AWS and see something like that, right? And that is the purpose of interpolation. That means you can add some stuff that you want and you can append some variable and make sure that you come up with a name that nobody can add in AWS. And if you go ahead and create this, you guys will see that every single bucket that I'm going to create in AWS, nobody will have it, right? Because of my naming convention. If you just say yes and hook over to AWS and kind of refresh here, as you can see here, those name, tester, development, S3, and US is 1. It didn't complain. Development, US is 1, S3 bucket tester. But why? Because nobody have this thing, right? And I'm not going to go through all the example. If you want to know more, you can kind of click on those examples and try to understand the rest. And let's say there's something that you don't understand, please, you can always let me know in the comment below, and I'll go ahead and check those examples and kind of shoot another video, and I'll go ahead and basically destroy the resource, and we'll go ahead and end the video here, guys. That's it for the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.